Welcome to Channel Today in History. In today's video we will talk about the day, November 29, 1929. Richard Byrd. Richard Evelyn Byrd Jr., Winchester, October 25, 1888 to Boston, March 11, 1957, was an admiral in the United States Navy. As a naval officer, he was an exploration specialist. He received the Medal of Honor, the highest award given by the United States of America, and was a pioneer in aviation, polar exploration, and the logistical organization of polar expeditions. Flights in which he served as navigator and expedition leader crossed the Atlantic Ocean, a segment of the Arctic Ocean, and a segment of Antarctica. Byrd claimed that his expeditions were the first to reach both the South Pole and the North Pole by air. However, the claim of having reached the North Pole is disputed. Period in the Navy. On June 8, 1912, Byrd graduated from the Naval Academy and was commissioned as a standard-bearer in the U.S. Navy. On July 14, 1912, she was assigned to the battleship USS Wyoming and later to the USS Dolphin, being in service in the American intervention in Veracruz, Mexico in the year 1914. On March 15, 1916, Byrd was retired for medical reasons following an injury he sustained aboard the Dolphin. He was immediately promoted to lieutenant and assigned as an inspector and instructor for the Rhode Island Naval Militia in Providence, Rhode Island. On December 14, 1916, he was commissioned as commander in the Rhode Island Naval Militia. On April 25, 1928, he was promoted to captain in recognition of his flight to the North Pole in 1926. Antarctica. His greatest prestige came when he organized a scientific expedition to explore Antarctica, near the South Pole. He spent the winter flying to identify various points in the territory, and in 1928, he founded the Little America Base in Bahia das Baleas. In a flight piloted by Burt Balchin, he flew to the South Pole in 1929, and the experiences and knowledge acquired allowed him to travel to the Antarctic continent. In 1930, already an admiral, he returned to Antarctica in command of an expedition of 50 men, and between 1933 and 1934 he made several flights over the continent, carried out several meteorological and geological experiments, and discovered the Edsel Ford Mountains and the Earth of Marie Byrd. Then, for meteorological studies, he spent 5 months alone in a tent, 198 kilometers south of the Little America Base. He spent the long polar night there, and his experience was described in his book Alone. In 1946 he commanded another great expedition, with 4,000 men and many material resources. He mapped the frozen continent and looked for minerals, among them uranium. There were 5 expeditions to the southern continent, between the first in 1929 and the last in 1956. Between 1946 and 1947, he carried out the great operation called High Jump, Pulo Alto, during which he discovered and mapped 1,390,000 square kilometers of Antarctic territory. In 1955 he carried out the Deep Freeze expedition also in Antarctica, having flown for the last time over the southern pole in 1956. Other feats. Byrd even competed with Charles Lindbergh for the first crossing of the North Atlantic, but an accident that injured his pilot Floyd Bennett prevented him from overtaking Lindbergh in 1927. However, in the same year, with Balchin as pilot, he completed the crossing New York-Normandy. He received several medals for heroism in combat, for his expeditions and discoveries. He participated as a war pilot in World War II in Europe and the Pacific. Did you like the video? In the description you will find the blog link with the full article. Give an incentive by subscribing to the channel, liking, commenting, and sharing with your friends. Hugs. Until the next.